I think the thing that a lot of people my age are afraid of, and the thing that holds a lot of people my age back, or just young people in general, is the fear of starting over, the fear of getting so far into a journey and realizing that, hey, maybe this isn't for me. You feel like you're wasting your time. You feel like you're not going anywhere. You feel like you're treading in circles. And I feel like a lot of people think that starting over is such a scary concept because the idea that we have to have it figured out is constantly reinforced because you get on social media and it's everybody's highlight reel. Everybody is hitting major milestones younger and younger and younger. And in part, that's thanks to all the opportunity that comes with the internet. But a lot of it is really, it just comes down to people only share their highlight reels. They only share their best feeds on social media. It constantly reinforces that fear that we have. But take it from someone that has started over in almost every facet of life, especially when it comes to school. I think I've switched my major 3 or 4 times now. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to start over. You're not gonna have it figured out. And a lot of adults, they don't figure it out until arguably ever. You just kind of learn to go with the flow. And so you're constantly learning new information. You're constantly adding to your database of information. And so you can never have it all figured out. We come into this life not knowing anything. And so it's silly to assume that we would have everything figured out. You'll try things and you'll experiment with things and you'll explore things only to find out that you may or may not like it. And the only way that you'll get to where you want to go is by trying and exploring different things. You'll never know if you don't like anything else because you've never experimented. You've never tried anything else. And there's a study that measures the longevity, I guess, of success between children. And the study found that children who heavily invest in a journey at the very beginning, they end up burning out. They end up hitting a plateau when they get to their mid-20s, early 20s, or mid-20s, early 30s. Mid to late 20s, early 30s. And kids who took the time to figure things out, there's a delay and they're behind, but eventually they figured it out, and it's this exponential rise. There was actually this podcast that I was watching with Ali Abdaal with Grace London. She's a neuroeconomist, neuroscientist / economist. She does this entire study that you actually have to pivot in order to be successful. And the most successful people pivoted. They weren't afraid to turn around. They weren't afraid to make U-turns. Finding success, that's what it is on a micro scale. Finding out what works, finding out what doesn't. And you keep doing that until you find something that works and you run with it. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to pivot. Look at it as exploring and figuring out what works rather than wasting time. You have an abundance of time and there's no rush to this game that we call life. There's no rush to trying to make money. There's no rush to becoming who you're supposed to be. And so there's no rush in trying to figure it out. So if you find you've gotten 2 or 3 years into a journey and you've decided that it's not what you thought it would be, U-turn. There's no problem with that. Right? If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe. Also check out the other videos on my channel. I do a lot of videos ranging on similar topics. Join the community. Until next time.